It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
It seems I've been missing from the scene, but I'm always coming right back. In the city, just a couple niggas with me, cause I know I gotta watch my back. And I'ma be the realest when the dark falls down. And I'ma still be standing when the sky fall out. They say it's gang gang till it's time to roll out. But when them things bang with them niggas at now.
Yeah, I had niggas turn their back cause I ain't blow up quick enough. Now the song's picking up, I see they started moving sus. Every other day somebody tryna pick in my brain. I got consulting fees for that, my boy. Shit done changed, I need at least $1 million plus a Richard Millie. I don't think they feel me, y'all. This game I drop, I'm on my gilly. Tell me what the dilly, stupid, silly fuck. My girl exclusively in trucks. You sending texts, but I no check. We make the message self-destruct. Ain't even chasing women. I just state my business, getting straight to chicken. Seen too many niggas lose their freedom for they code to finish. Shit is switching. I've been peeping all this from afar. 30 miles from out the city, I just show up to do my job, nigga. Ever since COVID, I've been laying my lowest. Started weighing pros and cons and saw this shit was all bogus. I'm just exchanging value. Speak my truth, but not just pray it matters. Can't make excuses if you ain't actively changing patterns.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there, man. In this video, we're going to be talking about Domani. He's got a new interview with The Breakfast Club, and he actually gets into his thought process that went into dissing 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? On the Sorry Miss Jackson joint, right? Now, we covered all of this stuff. We just covered T.I. the other day, talking about how he did not like his sons getting involved, as far as getting involved in the drama, especially Demani, because he's so soft-spoken and just real chill, not with the drama. He said, what fucking dimension is this? You know? But he said at the end of the day, I am proud of the fact that the women in my family know that there's a long line of men that will stand up and, you know, do what needs to be done to protect the matriarchs of our family. So he says, you know, he does enjoy that aspect of it, but for the most part, he's actually over, you know, the 50 Cent saga. Now, with recent events, it looks like 50 Cent may not necessarily be done with the T.I. saga, but is he going to approach it from a hip-hop perspective? It doesn't seem like it, which falls in line with the video I made a couple weeks ago saying 50, or about a week ago, saying 50 is responding in an anti-hip-hop manner. Some people felt like, you know, that was too heavy-handed. Well, shit, add some more weight to it. Cause clearly that nigga, he ain't from around these parts no more. That nigga done lost all touch with himself. We're gonna get to it. Because I don't know if it was a deleted post, but he did say something about a surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary or something like that. I'm gonna get to it later. But for all the 50 Cent fans that were anticipating this, oh, he's gonna make a documentary about them. Well, it looks like you might be getting your wish, but don't get too happy. Don't get too, because the boy that you backing up should have a docu-series about his motherfucking ass too. If we want to have a goddamn allegation off, it's gonna get messy on both sides. Okay? But let's get to Domani talking about his perspective going into all of this. I can't play the video because it's with Breakfast Club, but I can play the audio. All right?
And I saw T.I. talking about how he didn't want you, he basically didn't want you jumping into beef, so to speak, right? And
King as well.
Yes, and King as well, and talking about 50's mom. What was those conversations like?
Nah, we didn't really have a conversation.
Oh, you didn't even ask him. You just let it fly.
Because he probably would have told, he probably would have had some input. Then I would have to choose to ignore him or go my own route. So I just put it out just because I felt like somebody told me, like, this is too good. Like, this is too good to not put out. I just do it because this is how I felt. This was on my mind. This is how I expressed myself. And it could just be like that, and it could just stay on the hard drive. I don't even got to hear it again. I just needed to get it out. But people was telling me like, yeah, you need to put that out. That don't need to just stay on the drive. And I just listened to them, honestly.
So once he heard it, he calls you, and then are y'all together when he hears it? Like, what's the?
So he heard it like how we heard it.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that anymore. you can't be doing. You cannot be doing that.
Well, I mean,
I know he was like, that is not protocol.
it was too good not to put out though. It was
really
dope how you
good.
did it. But what does Dad like as not as T.I. music as Dad? What does he call you and say? You know, man to man at this point.
Man, he's a father, so now I understand it. And I understand why he picks and chooses when and what to say and how much to say, because he don't want to have too much impact or push his child in a direction that I naturally wouldn't want to go into. So he really don't say much, but I hear people tell me what he say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was. I know for a fact he said, yeah, we don't got to do it's over with now. And I was like, okay, bet. Let's do it.
And so your mom says she feels like she gave birth to like her own like Jackson 5 because of how y'all came and everybody had such talented verses and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know Tiny, my stepmom.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is true, man.
I ain't gonna lie, most of us don't know that. He has talked about that, growing up in a different house and all that stuff, but still being around and all that and just living two different lifestyles with his birth mother and, you know, going to his dad's house with Tiny and, you know, they tight, but that's not his biological mother. But a lot of times that gets lost in translation. So he wasn't even standing up for his mom. He's standing up for his stepmom, which is still legit. But we'll continue.
Because of how y'all came and everybody had such talented verses and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know Tiny, my stepmom.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is true, man. I've heard that before. Cause we all so talented, and this really just the beginning. So yeah.
Ha! YouTube, I know y'all pissed off right now.
This nigga cut this shit off with that stupid ass interruption. That's exactly why Just Hilarious out here goddamn disappointed along with the rest of the fans. Why would y'all put that at the end of the video, you sorry motherfuckers? All right, let's go from there. But yeah, so basically Demani said, I ain't talked to my dad about that shit. I went in the studio, I laid it down because that's how I was feeling at the time. And, you know, I really didn't naturally have intentions of putting the song out. I just wanted to get it off my chest. I wanted to be creative and just do what I needed to do, say what I needed to say and move forward. But for the homies and the people that were around in the studio, they were like, nah, bro, this got to come out. You can't just leave this on the hard drive. This can't be some unreleased outtake that never gets heard or comes out later on. Cause who wants to hear this shit 30 years from now? Like, put that bitch out today. And I'm so glad that he did, because he put out one of the best records from the entire saga, perhaps the best record from the entire saga. The way he approached it, talking to 50's mom and, you know, trying to get some clarity and understanding on who the fuck this nigga is and what he got going on and why he disrespectful to so many women and targeting women when you got issues with a man. Just about some fucking music shit. Like, as I talk about this every time, I always got to just bring it back home and center it. And it's like, dog, this was about a versus. This was about a fucking musical competition. This was about bringing light to both of our catalogs and letting the people fuck with it. And we was both going to get an uptick in activity surrounding our music. I don't see how you could go disrespectful and go low and disrespect a man's wife off of some shit like that. Like, it just makes no sense. I love the shit of calling him a firebug. A lot of people came back and double back and was like, yo, 50's mama died in a fire as well, which I honestly didn't know, because outside of him saying that you know, she was just a drug addict, I didn't know how she died. I thought she may have overdosed or some shit, to be honest. But she was, I guess, murdered in an arson, which is crazy enough. And then, of course, 50 setting fire to his ex's house with her and his child Marquise in the house. Crazy as fuck. But you know, for the people that love 50, they always conveniently overlook shit like that. But you want to say, oh, T.I. did this and did that. Well, if you look further into the situation surrounding T.I. and Tiny, all those cases were dismissed. In multiple states, people tried to come out and put allegations on them. They were dismissed. Right? But y'all don't look at that. Y'all say, oh, he definitely did it. But when it comes to 50, where's the definitely did it when it comes to the house that was actually burnt down? Like, the house wasn't allegedly burnt. They was on the fucking news for the fire. Now, you could say it was allegedly 50 or allegedly associated with 50, but what we do know is that motherfucking house gone. You know what I'm saying? What we do know is Daphne Joy also had allegations out there surrounding 50 for sexual assault and other things. Y'all seem to overlook that. So when 50 Cent comes about and talks about trying to do a surviving T.I. and Tiny series on television, it's baffling to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you got your shit off with the Diddy thing. Diddy was already publicly being fried. You know what I'm saying? The Cassie video of him brutally beating her up, that was circulating. It was a wrap for him from there. Any and everything that came out from that point forward, it was just like additional icing on the cake. Right? A lot of those Tony Busby cases and all that stuff, a lot of that shit turned out to be bullshit. This man was just taking fucking anonymous tips from hotlines and putting them in fucking court filings and shit like that, which the majority of them got no motion, made no progress. And some are still being fought to this day to get them out of the fucking court system. But most of them, probably all of them, were founded with no evidence. You know what I'm saying? Unfounded, excuse me. So it's like, man, yeah, it's all good for the Diddy shit, right? There's a track record of Diddy, all types of shit, all types of fuck shit that nigga done did through his life. Abuse. We know Kim, he fucking tortured Kim Porter. She fought back some, but he put her through the fucking ringer. We know he put Cassie through the fucking ringer. You know what I'm saying? So that was that with surviving the Diddy shit or whatever the fuck they called that shit. But when you want to do T.I. and Tiny and it's like, okay, you dissed me on a record, so now I'm gonna do a documentary about you, it hits a whole lot different, especially when there's no conviction, especially when there's no situation in which where they had to pay out money or anything of the like. Like, they actually filed a countersuit for defamation on one of those people, which is still active. It's very possible somebody may have to pay him bread for those allegations. You know what I'm saying? Concerning T.I., that is. So I think it's very interesting sometimes with these fans and these stands, and y'all really don't really fuck with 50 like that. Y'all niggas just be riding with that nigga because he rich or something. Y'all ain't really fans of that nigga shit like that, bruh. Y'all ain't riding around bumping that nigga shit with G-Unit t-shirts on and shit, bruh. Quit fucking lying. But let me get to his post. So this the bullshit that ended up coming and again was subsequently deleted. So it says star945.com, 50 Cent reportedly developing surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. 50 Cent here below says, remember how quiet I got before the Diddy doc? Dame thought I wasn't coming. I don't know what you did or think you did to Dame. Dame's teeth fell out. Dame lost his company for some shit that was already happening before y'all had y'all issue. The only thing that really mattered when it came to Dame was whether or not his fucking America New app got off the ground and that nigga teeth just jumped out his fucking mouth like they needed to be set free. You ain't do shit to Dame. I hope this doesn't mess up your promo tour, because of course T.I. is out promoting, let him know. talking about the new album, all that stuff. They're going to ask about your 20 sexual assault cases. I highly doubt it. I mean, they may ask you about 50 in this announcement, but if people really wanted to ask T.I. about it, they would have been asking him about it because this stuff is not new information. And it was actually pretty widespread when it was being brought to the public. He says you might want to talk to a crisis PR person. And it's also this piece that says new music today. We'll see about that. Now, there is a possibility that shit could be fake because when I went on that nigga page, it wasn't there. But I did see people spreading it around in a screenshot format. So either it was a post and delete or niggas made it up. I don't know. Either way, I know for the niggas out there that's been riding with homie, y'all feel like, yeah, to do the documentary. When he gets into them, man, what are they gonna do now? Man, ain't nobody gonna be worried about that lame ass shit, man. Nigga just, come on, man. Ain't nobody been worried about nothing 50 Cent done. Niggas wasn't tripping off the snitch shit. Niggas wasn't tripping off the motherfucking footage of T.I. talking about how his best friend was murdered on the highway with them in a motherfucking Sprinter van. Cause that wasn't snitching. Niggas already know about those cases and the result of those cases. I find it very interesting that everybody brings up those cases but never want to talk about the result of those cases. It's just like the fucking the Jay-Z shit. You know what I mean? People always love bringing up, oh, Jay-Z did it, or back when it was happening, it was, oh, Jay-Z did it, he did this, he did that to the little girl. But then when that shit got yanked the fuck out the courts, a lot of motherfuckers went silent and moved on to the next argument. Weird ass niggas. And I know there's always gonna be a couple people, because I've been noticing it lately. They're like, oh, you come on here and you talk like you got a problem with 50 and this and that. Look, man, you can't police what the fuck I got to say about 50. All right? I grew up on 50 like everybody else. I was in goddamn 8th, 9th grade when that nigga came out. You know what I'm saying? I had G-Unit motherfucking t-shirts. I played them mixtapes out. I used to buy them bitches weekly. All the G-Unit radio, all that shit. I heard Game before a lot of people. Like, I'm well versed on what that nigga did musically. But in 2026, I am not that same person. Neither is he. And my opinion has evolved about that nigga. I got music on that motherfucker show. I can say what the fuck I want to say. At least I got paid off of 50. You ain't never been paid off of 50. And I still got my opinion. So what the fuck is you gonna say? Since y'all want to bring up money all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't like how that nigga moving, I'm gonna say I don't like how that nigga moving. He's low-key MAGA. He don't want to come out and admit it, but we know what it is. Like, he be on some fuck shit. And again, the Diddy shit was passable because he was already spoiled goods. There was no saving that nigga. People was ready to discard his ass anyway. He had been robbing motherfuckers for years in the music industry. Everybody that came through the pipeline done been fucked up. Yeah, get him out the paint. All right, 50 Cent was the conduit for that. Cool. But you think you're gonna run that play again just because a nigga wanted to do a versus? Nah, dog, get your ass up out of here. Exit stage left, retire your jersey, and it ain't no guarantee niggas gonna celebrate when you put that bitch back on. It is what it is. And it don't matter what that nigga say in a song at this point now. He already done fucked it up for himself. So if you want to drop new music and diss T.I., he ain't gonna get no positive reaction. He fucked it up. Because if he would have just responded musically when the shit popped off, all of this extra shit could have been swept under the rug and kept strictly to a musical conversation. But since we want to make it a battle of character, well, let's not act like he's someone of high character. The nigga got a whole child out here that he ain't did shit for over a decade. Even when he was legally bound to do so. He cut him off as a teenager. So don't come around here with the bullshit. But at this point, I will digress. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. Anything you do say in the comments, make sure it's respectful. Because if it ain't, I'm going to block your stupid ass. And that's just the game we playing. You want to play a stupid game? I got a prize for you, all right? I'm going to see y'all later, though. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built.